Hi everyone, watch this review here where they look at a Shadow of the Colossus trading figurine. Now if you haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, just be forewarned that there will be minor spoilers in the fact that you'll see what some of these colossi actually look like. Of course, story-wise, it's basically impossible to spoil Shadow of the Colossus just because it's sort of an abstract work. But as for the figure itself, I guess it's part of the One Grande figure coin collection, or I totally mispronounced that, but it would be One Coin Grande figure collection, which looks like is put out by Kotobukiya. I don't know a terrible amount about this line because, as you can see, it's written in Japanese, never came out to the US. I think I learned about the line from a issue of Game Informer or something, but on the side of the box, we have a look at some of the figurines available. Number 16, or Malice, is the one I'll be reviewing, but you can also see number 14, which is a tinier one. One of Wander and Argo. Was it Acro? I forget. As well as number 1, who is one of my favorite ones, and number 5, pretty cool fight against a bird one, and number 12, which is also pretty awesome. Really can't see too much of these, but I mean, just the way that they photograph the figures and stuff themselves. I mean, the resolution is kind of low for some of these. And here we have the big guy himself, and yes, he is a pretty big guy. Now, if you haven't played the game, I might drop a little bit of a spoiler here, so just mute it for like a sec or so, but the battle against him starts off like he's all the way over here, and then you have to work your way across a whole large battlefield while he's shooting lasers from his eyes, which is a pretty cool effect. And this guy is as tall as, several skyscrapers. You have to work your way up along the base. I think it was from the back, and then all the way up to the shoulders. I don't know, he didn't seem tremendously larger than some of the other bosses, but I mean, he was pretty huge. There's a crazy amount of detail here, although some of it's kind of glossed over, where they just added like a little bit of texturing here as opposed to really fleshing out these portions. But you'll notice that there are little line cuts all along the base to give a much better appearance. It's just like these sort of little pock marks, which are kind of cheap, which makes him look a little bit smaller than he is. Typically when you have like straight lines and stuff and like more of a design, it conveys size a lot better than if you're doing just generic marks. But I mean, a large part of this would be like your character would have been on the hand or something here, and he'd be looking at it, and then you'd flip onto his, I think like one hand would slap the other, and then you'd end up climbing up the other arm and then stabbing him in the top of the head. It was a really cool fight and stuff, and it was a pretty cool ending for the game, or at least its final boss battles go. So yeah, pretty cool item. Also a very cool game. Also, when I was taking a closer look at the box, I noticed this Diamond Comic Distributors logo here, so it might have received something of a Western release, although I believe I got this one from Japan, from a Japanese seller for, I think it was like 15 or 16 bucks, including shipping and handling. You'll also notice that the top is ripped open and there's some tape on the bottom. Well, me being an idiot, I bought this. I knew what the figure was for the listing and stuff, so when I get the package, I immediately decide to tear open the top to take the figure out. Only problem, the bottom was really already open, so kind of did some unnecessary damage to the box there. Yep, happens. By the way, just in case you're wondering size, the figure is about 3.5 inches tall, so it fits next to, like, say, your Shazam from the Infinite Heroes line, or your Iron Man from the Marvel Universe line, just to get an idea of how big he is. Of course, that's nowhere near to scale, because he'd be just simply too massive to do something like this in scale to any line of any kind. But yeah, pretty cool video game accessory. Thought I'd just mention him. Until next time, folks.